Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a topic that's shaking up the tech world, right from its core. California. You know it as the global heart of AI innovation, but now it's also becoming ground zero for AI regulation. Let's unpack what that really means. So, let's start with a number, 18. What's so special about 18? Well, that's how many new AI laws are set to hit California in 2025. This is, by far, the most ambitious AI legal framework in the entire United States. And it really makes you wonder, what is this actually going to mean for anyone building or even just using AI in the Golden State? And that brings us to our first major point. For any business out there, this isn't just a new handbook of rules. It's more like a regulatory minefield. It's a really complex, super high-stakes challenge that's going to require a whole new map to get through it safely. And when I say the stakes are high, I am not kidding. Get this number, $7,500. Under California's Consumer Privacy Act, the CCPA, that could be the fine for a single intentional violation. Now, just imagine an AI system that makes millions of decisions every single day. You can see how that risk adds up, and fast. And here's the tricky part. It's not like you just have one law to worry about. It's this overlapping, tangled web of different statutes. You've got the AI Transparency Act, new protections against discrimination, the powerhouse CCPA, and on top of all that, specific rules for critical industries like healthcare, autonomous vehicles, and even public safety. They all intersect and create this incredibly dense legal jungle. These kinds of real-world screw-ups are exactly why these laws are being created. I mean, we've all seen the headlines, right? Biased facial recognition leading to wrongful arrests, the whole Cambridge Analytica scandal blowing the lid off massive privacy violations. These aren't just theoretical problems anymore. They are very real, very tangible examples of what's on the line. Okay, so you have this massive, complex problem. How is the industry supposed to respond? Well, a new kind of solution is starting to emerge, and it's taking the form of a very specialized, very necessary new professional. So, enter the AI auditor. So what exactly is an AI compliance officer, or an AI auditor? Well, you can think of them as your personal guide through that regulatory minefield we were just talking about. Their entire job, their whole reason for existing, is to understand these tangled laws, to identify and reduce those risks, and to make absolutely sure that a company's AI systems are playing by the new rules. So how do you even make an expert like this? Well, the training really boils down to two essential pillars. On one side, you have foundational knowledge. That's all about understanding the why, the AI fundamentals, the risk theory, the big societal reasons behind all these regulations. And on the other side, you've got the practical toolkit. This is the how. Learning the actual hands-on audit methods, how to build compliance matrices, and getting comfortable with all the documentation. A truly effective auditor has to be a master of both. All right, let's dive into that first pillar a little deeper, understanding the why. This part is so crucial. An auditor can't just be a robot checking off boxes on a list. They need to have a deep grasp of the ethical and societal currents that are really driving these regulations in the first place. And that foundation, it's built on some serious homework. Auditors are studying landmark reports like Stanford's Artificial Intelligence and Life in 2030 to get the big picture view. They're diving right into the dense legal texts of laws like SB 942 and the CCPA. And, maybe most critically, they're analyzing case studies of past failures to see exactly what happens when things go wrong. So once that why is firmly in place, that knowledge becomes the base for the second pillar, the practical toolkit. This is where the theory gets put into practice. It's all about having the right methods, the right tools to actually conduct an audit and make sure a company is compliant on the ground. And what's really fascinating here is that these auditors, they don't have to reinvent the wheel. They use established international frameworks to bring order to the chaos. You've got standards from organizations like NIST, that's the US Standards Agency, or the Global Tech Association, ISACA. These provide really rigorous, battle-tested methods for assessing huge AI risks like bias, transparency, and governance. And this all comes together in the audit itself. Through hands-on exercises, auditors learn a really clear step-by-step process. They learn how to draft the scope of an audit, how to interview all the key stakeholders, and how to use detailed checklists to get the evidence they need. They document everything in audit trails and logs, and at the end, they build a comprehensive compliance matrix that ties everything back to California's specific laws. So let's zoom out. What's the bigger picture in all of this? This isn't just about one company trying to avoid a fine. The work these new AI auditors are doing is actually fundamental to something much, much bigger, fostering public trust in artificial intelligence as a whole. At the end of the day, this matters because, yes, it helps organizations avoid huge financial hits and the kind of reputational damage that can sink a company. It protects them from those massive CCPA fines. But more importantly, by managing compliance proactively, it helps build a foundation of public trust and transparency. It helps ensure that AI is developed responsibly for all of us. Which leaves us with a final thought to chew on. In an age where these powerful algorithms are shaping our lives in ways we can't always see, someone has to hold them accountable. Someone has to make sure they're fair, and someone has to keep them in check. So I'll ask you, in the age of AI, is the auditor the new superhero?